Okay, please welcome our first team for the afternoon, Visionear.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Visionear team from Thailand. Total darkness, a complete lack of any visual perception or light. This is what the blind see. Imagine living like this, where everything around you is not designed for you and is out of your reach. Around the world, there are about 300 million people with these conditions, and in Thailand alone, there are 200,000 people with these conditions. Living such life is difficult, but they endure. They sense their surroundings by touching, feeling, and listening. These are the instruments of survival, but still, many things in their daily life can only be perceived by seeing. Take for example, there are many products in our daily life that have similar shape. However, similar is not the same. What if they are allergic to shrimps, nuts, or all the common allergens? Making the wrong choice may risk their health or even life. We are working closely with an association of the blind, and this is what they say. We are working closely with Thailand Association of the Blind to identify their real need, and this is how Visionear looks like. Visionear is a glasses with a cameras and a control box, which transform image captured in front of users into a human voice. We currently support Thai, English, and Chinese languages. Here's how it looks. The following video will show how our first prototype works in action. Color can be taken using color segmentation and color.
Yellow. Detect banknote. Checking banknote. 100 baht banknote.
Banknote can be detected using a template matching technique.
Read barcode. Barcode is founded. Green tea.
We developed an algorithm to read barcode from distance.
Barcode is founded. Coke.
Visionear can detect whether the lights in the room is on or off.
Detect light. Checking light. Light is on.
Let me demonstrate a few features using our final prototype. Here's how it looks. It's just an ordinary glass and it looks quite normal.
Checking banknote.
User just need to rotate the button to select the correct menu and push to select. And after hearing the beep, he or she can put a banknote in front, and our device will tell what type of banknote it is.
100 baht banknote.
Yes, and this is our Thai 100 baht banknotes, as you can see. So, in addition to the features shown in the video, which work totally offline, when the Visionear is online, Visionear can post images to Facebook groups called Help Me Read, operated by Thailand Association of the Blind, at which point the volunteer will help describe what is in the image. And this function is optional. User does need to connect to the internet to use all the features. The closest product compared to ours is Allcam. Allcam can read it, printed text in English, and recognize pre-recorded objects and faces. However, after we discussed with experts in Thailand, we found out that ability to read from non-braille papers is useful, but not essential. Faces and objects can already mostly be recognized by sound and touch. Moreover, Allcam price is listed at $3,500, which is over 20 times higher than Visionear expected sale price. Visionear can be even cheaper when you produce in mass. Another category of tools is mobile application, which in our opinion, Be My Eye is the leader. Be My Eye let the blind talk to people and ask for help to describe things. However, in developing countries, the blind are more hesitant to ask for help, and often enough, there aren't enough volunteers available, so an app like Be My Eye cannot gain popularity. There are many other assistive applications, however, these are designed for limit specific features. Visionear is a single comprehensive device that really addresses the needs of the blind. Our proposed solution is unique and essential to the living of the visually impaired person. Now, let me introduce my friend Jump to talk about our business plans. Jump.
Here, we already finished our first prototype, and with it, we won the Microsoft Imaging Hub Thailand 2015. And we also got a silver prize on International Assistive Technology Competition in Singapore. We also got $6,000 in research grant from our university, in addition to the $4,000 in awards. With this money, we are currently building 30 Visioneers for testing with Thailand Association of the Blind. We in a process of proposal review with Thailand Social Enterprise Office, or TSEO. TSEO will help us to identify the right sales channels. And in addition to the in-kind support, TSEO also considering giving us another $20,000 research grants. And with this money, we will soft launch Visioneers. The amount of soft launch Visioneers will be 200 Visioneers to test with a larger group of people. And finally, we dream to launch a Visioneer nationwide. Here is our product roadmap. In the first year, we will develop several more image processing-based features such as an eye level obstacle detection. And in the second year, we will launch our first version of Visioneers nationwide. And we will equip Visioneer with indoor and outdoor navigation capabilities. In the third year, we will bring the ability to read to the visually impaired by releasing an optical character recognition features and the second version of Visioneers. And in the fourth year, after we solve all the major problems in the visually impaired daily life, we will bring the entertainment to the visually impaired by integrating an audio ebook system into our device, and we will release the third version of Visioneers. And in the fifth year, we will release an API to allow third-party developers to implement other functionalities into our device. And we will rebranding Visioneers to reach non-visually impaired markets. Our initial target is Thailand, our home country, where the 200,000 visually impaired live. And we target 10% of this number, which we can reach through our strong partnership between Thailand Association of the Blind and Thailand Social Enterprise Office. And after this, we plan to expand our market to Southeast Asia regions, where there are 100 million visually impaired live. That number is 1/3 of global visually impaired population. And after that, we expand our market to the worldwide. Here's how we distribute our device. The first channel is we will sell to the channels identified by Thailand Social Enterprise Office, or TSEO, and Thailand Association of the Blind. And the second channel is we will plan to distribute the Visioneers to big corporates for their CSR programs and other government authorities who deal with disability issues. And finally, we will sell the Visioneers to local shopping malls and other public places where the blind can lend it at an aiding device. Here is Visioneer expected cost per unit is $100, and we plan to sell it at $160. From our research, this is an affordable price for our target groups. Our current technology is based on commodities, processor, and 3D printing technologies. Our next generation Visioneer will be used custom circuit board with plastic injection molding techniques. When in mass production, it will become cheaper. Here is you can see growth of our product gross margin. But however, we need a further investment for research and development of product for the first 2 years. In 2015, we expect to spend $70,000. And 2016, we will start selling first version of Visioneers and start making profit out of it. But during the year, we will have problem with the cash flow. To launch our company, we need $271,000 investment, and after that, we will be self-sustainable. Here, More than 50% of funding we will use for research and development, 30% for salary for our employees, 10% for the operation costs, and 5% for the marketing. With strong passion to bring the Visionear to become realities, we are the cross-disciplinary team with the people who know business, design, electronic, and software development. The team has won many national and international competition. Investing with us means you bet on our potential, not just on our current product. We, as a team, we committed to become a major assistive technology provider for disability in Southeast Asia regions in the next 5 years. I would like to end this presentation with a short video clip from our visually impaired friend.
ตัวเนี้ยผมใช้วิธีการผมไปเรื่อยๆเลยคือเวิร์กจริงพี่โจ้เราโค้ชชอบมากเลยผมรู้อยู่แล้วบ็อกกี้มันอยู่เทลไหนเราก็เดินกันไปหยิบบ็อกกี้ตัวนี้ขึ้นมาถ้าผมตอบผมอยากกินช็อกโกแลตผมไม่จำเป็นที่จะต้องเดินในที่เคาน์เตอร์แล้วคือถ้ามันมีอุปกรณ์ตัวนี้พี่โจ้ว่าถ้ามีมาก็น่าสนใจแล้วถ้ามีฐานข้อมูลกลางเนี่ยก็เลย
ถ้าอยู่ในราคาประมาณ 35,000 เนี่ยผมคิดว่าผมซื้อได้แล้วก็จะซื้อมาใช้แน่นอนนะครับเราพึ่งตัวเองมากขึ้นโดยการใช้อุปกรณ์เทคโนโลยีพวกนี้เข้ามาช่วย
Thank you.
That was very, very impressive. And I see you're seeking a modest amount of money, something like $270,000. What do you consider to be the value, the pre-money valuation of the company? Like what percentage of the company are you willing to give up for that kind of equity investment?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
What do you consider to be the value of the company? If you're going to ask for $270,000 investment, what percent ownership will that give the investor?
Here you can see in the third and fourth year you start making the gross margin more than the investment, and then we will start give a return to the investor. Yeah, maybe 10% or 15%.
And with the $271,000 US, we will give a 20% equity stake in the return.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
If I could, I would write the check right now. I have a practical question. How do you collect all those barcodes in all the grocery stores with all the products?
And there is already an organization that deals with this issue. For example, in Thailand, we have a GS1 that collects every number, and when the new company want the numbers, they need to get from these organizations. So there are central database available. But in USS or UPC database that we could use.
What's the IP? What's your protection of your technology? Have you filed patents for any of
We
them?
are in the progress of acquiring IPs in Vietnam. Yes.
What does that IP entail? What are you patenting exactly?
We are patenting the solution itself, the glasses that is used for the visually impaired, the glasses with the control box and the rotated button that has these 4 features.
So, why build your own device as opposed to just, I mean, a lot of what you've done, like the barcode scanning is off-the-shelf software, and some of the other kind of visual scanning things are things that you just kind of pull together and kind of amalgamate it into a system. Why not just make this like a, for lack of a better term, an app for something like Google Glass? Why have a dedicated device as opposed to kind of being just a software provider?
There is a lot of barcode reading application in your iPhone and Android, but that application needs the users to precisely locate the barcode in the box. So their technologies require the users to just take a pictures very close, and the barcode should fulfill the screen. But with our technologies, we can read the barcodes from long distance. And we put that technology in a new device, in a new type of device that is more appropriate and easier to use for the visually impaired, because they have a difficulty using smartphone and touchscreen based things. So this is easier for them to use.
Okay, here's some questions from the audience. Have you actually received a big order so that to achieve the low price of $160?
Yes, we are in a proposal review process, and there are organizations in Thailand that are planning to buy 1,000 units to distribute to the line in Thailand.
So you've already gotten a commitment to buy 1,000 units?
Not the commitment, but just we are just start talking about the orders.
That's at 160. Is that 160 US dollars or?
Yes.
Okay.
160.
How much light is required? Will this work in poor light condition? How much light needs to be in the room in order for the thing to work?
Well, this room is quite sort of a dim and not that bright, and it is still work. So it works on many light conditions, whether it's indoor, outdoor. Yes.
Okay, yeah, then someone else asked, couldn't Google Glass also do this?
Well, they might be able to do that, but Google Glass is targeted at a different customer segment. They have a display and they has a lot of fancy features and at a lot more expensive price. So what we do is that we just put the thing that the blind doesn't use to eliminate the display and other multimedia features, and we just make it portable to the wider range of visually impaired.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm just curious, have you tested it in different weather conditions? Like if the person's outside and it's raining, or if there's other, do you think there'd be any issues with that?
No, we just test inside the room. We just not like the waterproof or thing that like that.
The current unit isn't waterproof, but that's possible in the future when we produce the mass productions and we redesign the things.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.